Hello, I'm Victor, and this is the, Game Yard? Yeah, I'll go with that. In any case, today we are going to look at Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, known by its fans as KotOR. Now, as the title implies, I played this with cheats. It would not be right of me to do a review of a game I cheated on without at least telling you, I feel. I'll go into my reasons why I used them and what I was able to do with them later in this review.
Now, the story of KotOR is a bit complicated, but basically the Sith baddie has amassed a huge army and fleet, as well as something called a Starforge, and you have to rescue a MacGuffin Jedi woman, and then find the Starforge with the help of a colorful assortment of allies you pick up along the way. The game apparently follows a Dungeons & Dragons style system with classes, levels, experience points, looting, quests, and side quests, as well as other elements. This, along with the game's own light side, dark side mechanic, which has the player making choices that influence their alignment, allow for a game with an emphasis on storytelling.
And it does tell a great story, more coherent and entertaining than all the prequel films, with a twist that could kick Luke, I am your father, in the nuts and steal its lunch money. As well, all 9 of the possible characters you can get on your team have great backstories.
Bastila, the MacGuffin Jedi, has experience with the Dark Lord you're fighting, as well as a hand in that twist I mentioned. Cartho Nassi, the reliable veteran soldier, has scores to settle and trust issues to deal with. Mission, the lock-picking scoundrel, has a brother she's looking for. Zalbar, the requisite Wookiee, has a world he needs to break out of the chains of slavery, as well as his own brother issues. Canderous, the warrior, has some great war stories. Jahani, the conflicted Jedi, has her journey to redemption. HK-47, the delightfully murderous assassin droid, has a history of unwittingly destroying his former owners. Jolie Bindo, the cantankerous and cryptic old Jedi, tells his strange anecdotes as he follows the whim of destiny. And T3M4, the computer hacking droid, goes, woo! That's pretty much his entire story.
Yeah, they got lazy.
And having any one of these guys with you in your 3-person party has the potential to take the story in interesting directions, with entire side quests dedicated to them. Speaking of which, you can't get all of this game's content in one playthrough. There's just too much, and everything from character selection to your moral choices changes what you see. Artistically, the levels are beautiful. It made the best use of the graphics of the time and thus presents visuals that can rival many modern games.
When did 2003 stop being modern?
It uses Star Wars' tendency for theme worlds to present a variety of distinct planets. Kashyyyk is dark and mysterious, Manon is calm yet sterile, Tatooine is lively and vast, Korriban is unwelcoming and spooky, and like I said, all of these planets have more things to do and see than are likely to be found in one playthrough.
One criticism I might level against this game is that it can be hard to get into.
As Light vs. Darkness 64 noted, the entire opening level on Taris can be a bit disappointing to those expecting Star Wars, and picking character attributes can be a bit confusing if you don't have experience with them. In my case, I accidentally pumped up the skills necessary to being a good marksman when I was trying to be a swordsman. With time and some experience, you get the hang of the entire system, but there is a lot to take into account as you play, and early decisions have a big influence on your later gameplay. Also, the game had this annoying tendency of occasionally throwing in first-person space shooting, something that remains uniformly difficult no matter how strong in the Force you are.
This, I suppose, brings us to the cheats.
The one thing about this game I was losing patience for was the combat. It's actually quite well done, giving you plenty of opportunities to gain experience both in side quests and fights, with level-appropriate baddies, or goodies if you're a bastard, but you can get absolutely reamed at some points in the game, and you end up having to backtrack a bit to try new strategies just to get past certain opponents. A lot of people would say this is a good thing about the game, that it has you think strategically, and they would be right. I just don't have much patience for it. I was definitely more focused on the story. So I went online, figured out how to use the cheats, and employed a few life-simplifying codes, including ones for invulnerability, getting more cash, and amping up some of my attributes. Mind you, if at any point you use a cheat code, the game will mark your game with a snarky cheat used, even if you turn them off later, as it should.
Cheating doesn't affect the game's story or ending in most cases, but there is a little trap I'm gonna spoil for you.
At one point in the game, you get to become a Jedi, trading in your sword and blasters for the sweet zvroom of a lightsaber. However, if you use a leveling up cheat before you do your Jedi training, you don't actually get to become a Jedi. The laser sword will be forever denied to you. so my advice is to not overuse the cheats if you do end up using them. Also, keep in mind that the invulnerability cheat doesn't work in the last, most difficult location, another appropriately dirty trick from the designers. I had to give them credit even as a horde of baddies were bending me over.
So that's Knights of the Old Republic. Great story, great gameplay, a little something for everyone. Now that I've gone through and finished the game and know the strategies that I can use and just some of the basic game mechanics, I do think I'm going to end up going through this game and playing it right. In any case, this is one of my favorite products of the Star Wars universe. Well, thanks for watching. This has been Victor with the Game Yard.
Oh, and I forgot! You get to kill sand people! Yeah!